All right, so the flow for today is definitely going to be more of an upper body flow. We're taking this toward Peacock today, or Mayurasana. So definitely working through the chest, the shoulders, the upper back, the whole back line of the body, and very much getting into the glutes as well. And a lot of this is going to be a good amount of prep for back bending, kind of surprisingly, but it's a sort of engagement that you need to get into the full version of the pose. Now, once we get in toward Peacock, that's going to be into the class, so you don't have to worry that too much. However, I have one demonstration, and that's when we take this into crow. So once we get in the main part of the flow, now every sequence will bring you to the front of the mat. At the end, as usual, we'll take it to crow, and we're going to take a flattened version here, and we're going to cue this toward a series of push-ups. Now, just moving while you're in crow is kind of a big deal. You got to be stable while you're balancing. And if you come into crow and you're about to fall down, don't worry about it too much, or just try to shift as lightly as you can. And even a little bit of movement, keeping your balance the whole time, is good to work toward here. So this doesn't have to be anything too dramatic, and I'll show you a few different levels to take this to. So coming into this, you're going to be in a forward fold. Both hands down. Dig your fingertips into the floor, lift your heels, and flatten this out. So bring your knees outside your arms. Now to come into balancing, look forward, lean, take it slow, and lift your feet. Bring the toes to touch, squeeze the legs in so you've got some tension in the inner thighs. And then as you hold this, keep looking forward, and then just pull the elbows back and let your shoulders sink down. And you can just do this a little bit, and then come back up, keep the tension with your legs squeezing your arms, and again, pull it back, and come back up. And I want you to do this 3 times. Now, it doesn't have to be too big a movement here. You can keep it light, and it's still going to be intense if you're just working on the control. If you're able to take it further, maybe pull the elbows back, bring your shoulders down low, and you might even be able to bring the tip of your nose to the floor. But keep in mind, if you're going to take it to that extent, see how many times you can do it. Maybe just build up to it, feel this out. Once you get the hang of things, you might be more comfortable shifting around. But work it as best you can. Don't get too cranked up about putting your face down on the floor, because you don't want to put it down fast. So just keep that in mind. It's a little point of safety right there. And then once we've done that 3 times, just take it through the Vinyasa. You can step it back, you can fly it back, whatever you like. So to start, let's go ahead and bring this down onto our backs. And now once you're down, just see that your feet are still on the mat, a little wider than your hips. Bring the knees towards center to help release your low back to the floor. And then arms out to your side somewhere with your palms open toward the ceiling, and maybe your hands are past your head. Or you can pull your shoulders toward your waist, but just find a position here to let your shoulders sink down and let your chest open up. And then just close your eyes. So just take a moment to settle in here like this. Let your mind quiet down. And then just start to deepen your breathing. So with the inhales, pull in as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top. And when you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. When you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And when you exhale, just open your eyes. And then go slow. Inhale and reach your arms out long past your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach us out long. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, reach us out long. Exhale, arms to your sides again. Inhale, reach us out long. Exhale, arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach out long. And then with the exhale, bring the arms back down. Keep them at your sides for a moment here. I want to set this up for a version of bridge. So go ahead and see that the knees are separated. Feet and knees about hip width distance apart. Bring your heels in close so you can start with your low back basically flat. And we're going to take this up and down. And at the same time that you lift your hips, I want you to reach with your arms as you were doing before. So with your next inhale, press into the feet, lift your hips, and reach long past your head. And with the exhale, just roll this back down. Bring your arms to your sides. Inhale, lift this up and reach again. And then with the exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift up and reach. Exhale, come back down again. Inhale, lift this up and reach. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift and reach. Now squeeze your glutes, dig into your heels. Exhale, come back down, move smoothly. Inhale, press your hips high, reach through both arms. Exhale, bring it back down again. Inhale, lift this up and reach. Exhale, come back down. And then with your next inhale, lift and reach and hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifting. Arms is still reaching past your head. Bring the hands down, ground your shoulders to the floor. And to take it further, dig into your heels, lift your toes up off the mat and try to pull the heels toward your shoulders. Keep that tension through the back line of your body to keep your hips pressing up, and just breathe. Now still with your arms reaching past your head, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just roll your spine back down. And once you're down, feet should still be about hips width distance apart. And with your arms past your head, bring your hands together, take a steeple grip, palms to touch, fingers in a lace. Point the index fingers past your head. And now you can bend the elbows if you need to, or straighten your arms. Just see that your shoulders stay grounded. And keep your chest open. We're going to start to take this a little bit of a side bend. So keep the pelvis where it is. Keep the hips where they are. And then bring your hands over to the right. Bring the shoulders to the right side. Feel your left side lengthen out. And as you bring the upper body to the right, go ahead and look over to the left. Keep your shoulders grounded. And just hold this. Feel that stretch. Now as you hold this, just go ahead and fold your knees down to the right. And then down to the left. And just move your knees back and forth, but keep your upper body grounded here. And the next time you bring your knees down to the right, just hold that and feel that stretch to the left side of your ribs at least. Now as you hold that, if you want to take it further, don't worry about getting your knees down too low, but maybe lift your left foot and extend your left leg right. Just feel things out. And then go ahead and set the left foot down if it's lifted. Bring the knees back up to center, and then bring your shoulders back to center as well. And come through center. So the shoulders come over to the left side. And point the fingers over to the left as far as you can go. Bring your gaze over to the right this time. Keep your shoulders down. Now as you hold this, just fold your knees to the right. And then to the left, and just move back and forth. You don't have to force this here, but keep your shoulders grounded as your legs are moving. And the next time you bring your knees over to the left side, keep them in that direction. And maybe extend your right leg left. Don't worry about how low the knees are going. Just feel that stretch to the right side of the ribs at least. And then go ahead and bring that right foot down. If it's lifted, bring your knees back to center. Bring your shoulders back to center as well. And then once you come back to center, release your hands. Bring your knees to your chest, hands to knees. Squeeze everything down tight. And then go ahead and release that grip. Bring the left foot to the floor and extend your right leg straight up to the ceiling. Now straighten the leg as much as you can. If you need a bend in the knee, that's fine. Just minimize the bend. And have the sole of the right foot facing upwards. Now lift your head, lift your shoulders, reach up with both arms. And we'll take this back and forth twisting. Now I want you to reach from the shoulders rather than just the hands. And start this with the right hand on my count. 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. And on one, keep reaching with that left shoulder high. Keep breathing. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, release. Bring everything down. Once you're down, switch it out. Right foot to the floor, left leg high this time. Now straighten your left leg as much as you can. You can bend the knee if you need to. Just keep the sole of the foot facing up. And then lift your head, lift your shoulders. Reach high with both arms again. And again, reach from the shoulders as we twist. Take it back and forth with the left hand to start. 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. And on one, keep reaching with that right shoulder high. Keep breathing. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, release. Bring everything back down. Now once you're down, bring your knees to your chest. Bring your hands to your knees again. Squeeze in. And as you're squeezing, lift your head and shoulders. Bring your nose close to your knees. And then go across the ankles. Just roll forward to a seat. And then once you're up, we're going to stretch the shoulders right away. So just keep the feet in front of you about hips width distance apart. Hands behind the shoulders about shoulder width. Now palms down, fingertips forward as much as you can. You can always point to the sides, but try to rotate in the direction of your feet. Now pressing your palms, dig your fingertips down, bend your elbows at least a little bit, and pull your shoulders back with your chest pulling forward. If you can take it further for a deeper stretch across the chest, go ahead, slide your seat forward toward your heels as much as you can. And as the elbows bend, keep them squeezing toward each other, keep your chest pressing forward. Now if you want to take it a little bit further, maybe just fold your knees right and left as your chest pulls forward, and keep gripping the floor with your fingers. And then just bring your knees back into center. And if you slid your seat forward, come back into the middle. Shake your hands out for a moment. And since we're here, let's take it up to reverse tabletop. Feet in front of you, hips width distance apart, hands behind the shoulders, shoulder width, palms down. And whatever rotation you need, fingertips forward if you can. You can always rotate out to the sides. But press down, just lift your seat up off the ground. And then take an inhale, press your hips up high, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, sink this back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift up again. And then exhale, lower. Now with your next inhale, press high, hold here. Keep your glutes squeezing, keep that lift. And you can look forward, look up, or hang your head back. Now as you hold this, keep your hips lifted and try to take this further. Dig down into your fingertips. And then just shift forward. Let your knees go forward. Let your heels lift a little bit. And then set your heels back down. Glutes are still engaged. Bring yourself forward and lift your heels. And then set the heels back down. Again, heels up. Let the knees go forward. Glutes are still squeezing. Set the heels down. One more time. Shift forward. Lift your heels. Hold this. Keep squeezing your glutes. And then set your heels down. Come all the way down. And once you're down, shake your hands out for a moment. Now I want to bring you up with one more variation here. So once you're ready, hands behind the shoulders, about shoulder width. Again, whatever rotation you need. But this time, keep the left foot where it is and extend your right leg straight forward. Now with your right leg straight, dig into the heel, point the toes, tense up the thigh, and lock the knee. And keep that right heel digging down. You're still going to keep your hips squared when we lift. Press in your hands, bring your seat up off the floor. And let's take this up and down. Press your hips up high, squeeze your glutes, and then sink back down. Lift this up again, and then lower. Now press up one more time, hold here. Keep your glutes squeezing, keep digging down into that right heel, and keep breathing. Keep the right hip pressing up. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, come down. And once you're down, shake your hands out for a moment. Take it on the other side. So set the right foot flat, and then the left leg goes forward this time. Hands behind the shoulders, shoulder width. Now keep your left leg straight, tense up the thigh, lock the knee, point the toes. And then just lift your seat up off the ground. Again, work to keep your hips squared. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift up again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press up high one more time. Hold here. Keep your glutes squeezing. Keep digging that left heel down. Keep the left hip lifting. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, come down. Once you're down, shake your hands out again. And go cross at the ankles, roll forward your hands, come into all fours. And rather than staying all fours, just come down and sit down on your heels. You can take a cross-legged seat if that suits you better, but we're going to take this into the wrists out of the way. So once you're upright, bring the hands in front of your chest, interlace the fingers, bring the palms together, clasp the hands tight. And then as though the hands are trying to struggle against each other, start to roll through the wrists. And just keep on taking this back and forth. Now keep the hands squeezing as much as you can. And as you get the hang of this, try to move this faster and faster. And you can bring the arms up high, you can bring them further down, whatever suits you best. And then as you're doing this and you're moving through the wrists, you're probably moving through a particular circular motion here. Try to reverse the direction that you're moving in. And still keep this fast. Keep the hands pulling into each other. And then when you're ready, just release. Now bring yourself to all fours, and we'll take this a little further into the wrists. Now we'll actually stack the hips over your knees, and we'll do this one hand at a time. Now I want you to bring your right hand into the center of the mat in line with your shoulders. Now flip the right hand over, back of the hand down, the palm faces up, and your fingertips point to the left side. Now keep your right arm straight, spread the fingers wide, press your fingertips into the floor. Just come up onto the fingertips of your left hand. And you can always keep your left hand down, but keep the right hand tense and keep it grounded. If you wanted to stay here, you can circle the shoulder over the wrist. Now, if you can take it further, set the left hand on top of the right to help flatten it out. Right hand still tense with the fingertips still pressing down. And you can always just hold here. Now, if you want to take it further still, shift the weight to the right leg. Step your left foot straight back. And if you can take it further, lift your left leg and point the toes out to the left. Keep your balance and keep your fingertips pressing down. If you can go further still, pulse that left heel higher on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring your left knee down. Now release the right hand from the left, shake it out. Now let's take this on the other side. So hips stacked over the knees, and then keep the left hand in line with your shoulders, but bring that hand to the center of the mat. Flip it over, back of the hand down, palm up, the fingertips point to the right side. Now spread the fingers out wide, press your fingertips down, come up onto the fingertips of the right hand, and maybe to stay like this, you can circle the shoulder over the wrist. This could be good enough. Now if you're going to take it further, ground the left hand down, press the right hand down to help flatten it out, keep your fingertips pressing into the floor. Further still, put the weight to your left leg, step the right foot straight back, and then see about lifting the right leg and pointing the toes out to the right. Now keep your balance here if you want to take it further, and just pulse that right foot higher. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring the right knee down. Release the right hand from the left and shake your left hand out. Now one more wrist stretch here, and this will get us close to the peacock. So go ahead and set this up with your knees on the floor. Knees wider than your hips, big toes point toward each other. And then walk the hands in, set them down on the line that you draw between your knees. Now palms down, fingertips out to the side, at least 90 degrees right and left. And if you can go further, try to point in the direction of your feet. But set the hands down and figure out where you want the hands to be. And they can come in close together, or you can set them out wide, but you want to be sure you can bend the elbows and pull them in toward your rib cage. Now grip the floor with your fingers. Pull your chest forward between the upper arms. Pull the elbows in and start with weight on the arms like this. And just keep your seat low. Now look forward. Keep your chest pulling forward and then take it back and forth. Bend the elbows a little more. Bring your shoulders forward. You don't have to go too far. Come back up, but keep weight on your hands. And keep moving back and forth like this. Now not too fast. You don't want to just set your face down on the floor. Keep in mind. Keep your elbows pulling in, keep your fingers gripping, keep your chest open, and keep looking forward as you move. And then the next time you come forward, stay forward and keep the weight on your arms. Dig your fingertips down. Now if you can take it further from here, just lift the right knee up off the floor. And then set it down. Lift your left knee. And then set it down. Right knee up again, keep digging at the fingertips. Bring it back down, lift your left knee again. And set it down. Right knee up one more time. Set it back down. Lift your left knee. And set it down. Now see about letting your knees go out wider. And then maybe start to lean forward and lift both knees up off the floor for just a moment. Just getting a taste of peacock here. And then release it. Knees down. Come up onto the fingertips and down to sitting on your heels. I know it's a long stretch, so go ahead, just work everything out. Shake out your fingers, loosen up your hands, and loosen up your wrists. All right, once the hands are ready, come into all fours. We're going to take this further into the shoulders. So from all fours, take it down. We're going to take this into dolphin. So bring your forearms to the floor. Now I want you to set this up with the hands together. Elbows underneath your shoulders, keep them shoulder width. And then tuck the toes of both feet, lift your knees up off the floor, and bring your hips up high. Now push your hands. If you can take this further, walk your feet further forward, get your hips up higher still. And we'll take this to a lopsided version of dolphin. This is quite a bit different than what I usually cue. Most of your weight is going to be on the right side. So keep your right hand pressing into the floor. And just come up onto the fingertips of your left hand. Keep that left elbow pulled into your side. And just look down. Now to take it further, raise your left leg high. Keep it lifted. And then go back and forth. Take an inhale. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Bring it down. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, knee to elbow again. Inhale, the left leg high. Exhale, knee to elbow. Bring it down. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, knee to elbow one more time, and then set your foot down. Bring your knees to the floor, and come back to all fours. Just breathe for a moment. And we'll take the other side. We won't take too long here. So bring yourself down onto both forearms again. Let's take it back to dolphin. So palms together, elbows underneath your shoulders. Tuck the toes of both feet. Lift your knees and bring your hips up high. If you can take it further, walk the feet further and get the hips up as high as you can. Now just keep looking down, keep pressing into your left hand, so the weight's going to go to the left side, and then come up onto the fingertips of your right hand and keep that right elbow pulled in. Now as you hold this, to take it further, raise your right leg high, and then bring it down, knee to right elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow again. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to elbow one more time, and then set the right foot down. Bring your knees back down, and come up to all fours. Once you find all fours, just move around and breathe again. And then one more thing before we move on from this portion. And we're going to take this into a push-up variation here. Now I want you to go ahead and set this up. Rotate the shoulders, knees under your hips, tuck the toes of both feet, and just keep the toes tucked and keep your knees down here to start. Now, we're going to start to bend to the elbows. So work to keep your arms parallel even when the elbows bend. So bend the elbows straight back toward you. Bring your forearms all the way down to the floor so your seat sinks back toward your heels, and dig your fingertips down. Now we're going to keep the elbows bent like this and just go straight forward. So look forward rather than looking down. And as you dig your fingertips down, bring your shoulders forward, pull the elbows into your ribs, come as far forward as you can, and then pull straight back, elbows to the floor. Again, shoulders forward, elbows in as far forward as you can go, and that's what makes it hard. And then pull straight back and bring your elbows down. Again, shoulders forward, elbows in, keep looking forward and leaning. Pull back and bring the elbows down. 2 more times, shoulders forward, elbows pulled in, squeeze the elbows toward your ribs. And then pull back and bring the elbows to the floor. 1 more time like that. Shoulders forward, elbows squeeze in, keep looking forward. Pull straight back and bring the elbows down. And then just keep the hands where they are, but come up to all fours and just loosen up again, move around. Now keep in mind, where the work really comes in is as far as you can take that forward lean and still keep the elbows squeezing in. So work that as best you can. Now, if that round was challenging enough, just stick with this and keep your knees down. And if you need more of a challenge, if you want to level this up, it's the same setup, except you tuck your toes and just hover your knees. Now, come into that setup again. Let's take this back and forth. So sink your seat to your heels. Bring the elbows all the way down to the floor. And then shoulders forward, elbows in. Come as far forward as you can. Pull straight back, elbows to the floor and sink down. Bring it forward again, elbows pulled into your sides. Pull straight back, elbows to the floor. Shoulders forward, elbows squeeze in again. Pull straight back and set your elbows down. Shoulders forward, squeeze the elbows in, keep looking forward. And then pull straight back, elbows to the floor. 1 more time, shoulders forward, come as far as you can. Look forward and lean. Pull straight back, bring the elbows back down. And then just come back up to all fours. And once you find all fours, give yourself a moment here, move around. Now let's take a moment and maybe shake out your hands or just breathe. You can find another stretch if you like. But whenever you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. Now once you move into your down dog, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Press into your palms and flatten your hands so you feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. And then sink your chest down low to the floor. Now as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high toward the ceiling as you can. Keep that long upward reach for the hips. Draw in through the belly and around the low ribs. Hold some tension in your core. And squeeze in around your midsection to keep your hips pressing high. Now if your legs are tight, if your hamstrings are tight, let it go, bend your knees. And you can always just pedal this out. When you're ready, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, step to the front, take a ragdoll fold. Now feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees, let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang, let your spine round. And let everything go long and loose here, let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor, you can reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then when you're ready, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to begin and just restack your spine. So just round this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And then just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with the next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine, put a bend in the knees. Keep your core engaged, move smoothly, and then release it at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips to the floor to your shins, lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat and let's step it back to high plank. Now find your shape, resting the shoulders, palms press to the floor, press the floor away from you, press your spine up toward the ceiling, and keep your spine lifted. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep your body in line. Elbows pulled into your sides and lower with control, all the way down to your belly. Now once you're down, flatten the feet up behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And let's take this up and down through low cobra. With an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll it back down. Inhale, peel this up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time and keep that lift. Now, press your feet into the floor, squeeze your glutes, keep your hips pressing down. And then take some more all the way out of your hands. Now, elbows at your side, draw the shoulders back, keep your gaze forward. And as you hold this lift, reach your arms straight back, try to lift up even higher. Now, we're going to go back and forth from here, so take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just roll this down, arms at your sides, chin to the floor. Inhale, lift up, reach back, come up higher. And then roll back down. Inhale, lift up and reach. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift up, reaches back. And then roll it back down. Inhale, lift up, reach higher still. Roll this back down again. Inhale, lift this up and reach behind. And then come back down. Now one more time, lift up and reach, hold here. Now as you hold this, keep looking forward, kick your feet down, keep your glutes squeezing. Bring your hands together, interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back. Work to lift higher still. Take an inhale. With the exhale, release, bring it back down. Chin into the mat, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders and pull the elbows into your sides, press the palms into the floor. We'll take this to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward, let your hips hang, stay on the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active, work to lift your knees up from the mat. Take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes, pull the hips forward to deepen and lengthen the arc through the front. Lift with your arms, lift with your shoulders, keep your neck long, keep your chest pulling forward. And take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, pull your belly in. Hips up high, back to down dog. Paddle out. Let your hips move side to side. And let's take it through the sun salutation. Steady movement here. Take a deep inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward. Step or float to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold it back down. Inhale to standing, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, fold all the way back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And with the exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga's next high plank to low. With an inhale, open up your chest, lift your gaze, up dog or cobra. And with the exhale, pull your belly in and come back to down dog. 2 more rounds, keep it steady, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, arms reach high. And then with the exhale, fold it back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And with the exhale, hands to the floor, high plank to low. With an inhale, open up, draw forward. Exhale, pull back in and lift your hips back up. One more round, take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift it halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to standing, reach us up high. And then exhale all the way back down again. Inhale, halfway lift here. And then with the exhale, set the hands, chaturanga. Now with an inhale, open up, pull this forward. Exhale, draw back in. Bring your hips back up. And just find your downward facing dog and breathe here. Now from your down dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And with your right leg lifted, move to a scorpion dog. So bend the right knee and hang your right foot left. Just feel that twist. With the next inhale, straighten the right leg, three-legged dog, and hold your shape. So reach for the right big toe, tense at the thigh, lock the knee, keep the leg straight, and keep the hips squared so you feel the lift in the glutes on the right side. Now to go in that feeling further, we're going to pulse the right heel higher. Right leg stays straight the whole time. So on my count, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, just hold. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bring it forward. Knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Now inhale the right leg high. Exhale forward, knee to left elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to left elbow one more time. Stay here, stay forward. Now fall in triangle. Right leg extends out to the left, set the foot. Drop your left here, reach your left arm high, and stay lifted here. Keep the right arm straight and strong. Now if you can go further, maybe take a half bind. Left arm behind your back, palm facing, pull that shoulder back. And if you want to go further still, keep the right arm straight, but sink your hips down. And then press straight up. Let your hips sink down again. And then press this back up. One more time, sink into the hips. And then one more time, lift up and hold here, and maybe lift that right foot up off the floor. Your inner thigh should be lighting up at this point. Take an inhale. With the exhale, turn to center. Left hand down, right foot between your hands, low lunge. Now from here, bring your left knee down to the floor. Left foot flat behind. Now I want to set this up for a half split. So just keep the hips stacked over your left knee. Belly touching your right thigh. Torso to your right thigh as flat as possible. Now walk your right foot forward, and don't try to go to the maximum of your half split here. So give yourself a little bit of space to work with. But dig into the right heel, point the toes up, and pull that right hip back, left hip forward. Now look forward. With your belly touching the right thigh, reach the arm straight back. We're going to go back and forth from here to Anjaneyasana. So as you're ready, go ahead, set the right foot flat, sink your hips down low, reach up and gaze up high, and then pull back. Belly to the right thigh, and look forward. Lift back up, right foot flat, let your hips sink down and forward. Pull back in, belly to the right thigh, but still look forward. Bend the right knee, sink your hips down and forward, gaze up high, try to take it deeper each time. Fold back in, belly to the right thigh, reach behind. 2 more times, lift this up. Deep into the right knee, sink that left hip down and forward. Pull back, belly to the right thigh, still looking forward. 1 more time, set the right foot flat. Sink your hips down low and hold here. Reach up and back, gaze up high. Keep that left hip pulling forward and keep breathing. And keep the left foot kicking down. Now to take it further, move it toward a side bend. Right arm reaches straight down at your side. Reach the left arm across over to the right and look down the length of your right arm. And feel that left side lengthen out all through the front. Now if you can take it further still, maybe tuck the toes of your left foot and just hover the left knee up off the floor. Keep breathing here and keep that left hip pulling forward. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring both hands down around the right foot. Now tuck the toes of your left foot, lift your left knee, come up to low lunge. And make sure your feet in 2 separate tracks, hips width distance side to side. Now as you're ready, hands to your hips with an inhale, just bring your torso all the way to upright. And give yourself a moment just to find your stance. Deep under the right knee, left leg towards straight. Right hip back, left hip forward. Keep your hips squared. And then reach your arms up high. Now take an inhale here. With the exhale, vertical twist. Right arm back, left arm forward. Open up to the right. Inhale back to center, reach us up high. Exhale, twist again, right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, turn to center, reach up high. Exhale, twist, right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, back to center, reach up high. Exhale, 1 more time, right arm back, left arm forward, hold here. Now keep your chest open to the right, look back toward your right hand, keep your left hip pulling forward, and keep breathing. Now with your next inhale, turn to center, reach your arms high. And then bring your hands to your low back. Now interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back and keep your chest open. When you're ready, bring the weight forward to the right foot. As many steps as you need, come forward so you're standing on the right foot with the left knee high. Now slow your breathing down, ground down into the right big toe. Keep the shoulders pulled back. And we're going to hinge back and forth from here, so keep a little bend in the right knee. And then hinge from the right hip, left leg extends straight back, bring your body into line, and maybe come down toward parallel. Now keep looking forward, come all the way back up, and lift the left knee. Again like that, little bend in the right knee. Hinge from the right hip, left leg extends back, keep the lifted body in one long line. Come back up the vertical with your left knee high. 1 more time, hinges forward. Left leg straight back, shoulders pulled back, gaze forward. Back up the vertical with your left knee lifted. And then once you're up, take an inhale. And with the exhale, switch it out. Left foot's going to be your base. Come to standing with the right knee high. Bring your hands to your hips. We're going to take this into dance. Just line the right knee up to the left and reach back with your right hand. Find the inside edge of the right foot. Once you got that grip, kick into your hand, line up the knees, and just keep your gaze forward. To take it further, left arm high, and then kick into the right hand, lean forward against the tension of the kick, and just take it slow. Now just take it as far forward as you're able. Keep that tension on the right leg, and keep your gaze forward. Keep breathing here. Just bring it down to where you can control. Now take an inhale. And now with the exhale, release. Both hands down, both feet down, forward fold. From that fold, take an inhale, lift it up halfway. And then with the exhale, set your hands. We're going to take this into crow. Palms down. Grip the floor with your fingers. Lift your heels up. And bring the knees outside your arms. Now look forward and lean. Go slower, flattening this out, keep in mind. When your feet lift, touch the toes. Now keep your legs squeezing in. Keep the tension on the inner thighs. And we take it toward those push-ups. You can take it deep or just take it kind of shallow, but there's going to be 3. Pull the elbows back. Let your shoulders sink down. And then bring it forward and look forward. Come back up. Again, take it back and forth like this 3 times. Keep your hands active, fingers gripping. Work it to where you can control. And then after you've done it 3 times, go ahead and take it through your Vinyasa. Once you find it down dog, just move around, paddle out. From your down dog, inhale the left leg high behind you. And then move into your scorpion dog. Bend your left knee, hang your left foot right, come find your scorpion dog. Just feel the twist. With your next inhale, straighten that left leg, 3-legged dog, and keep your left leg straight. Now reach for the big toe, tense up the thigh, lock the knee, and keep the hips squared so you feel this in the glutes on the left side. Take it further, pulse that left heel higher, leg stay straight. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1 hold. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale forward, knee to right elbow. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow, stay forward like this. And then extend the left leg out to the side, fall in triangle. Drop the right heel, reach your right arm high, gaze up high, keep your hips lifted, maybe just stay here. To go further, half bind, right arm behind your back, palm facing, keep the shoulder pulled back. Now keep your left arm straight, and if you want to move with this, sink your hips down. And then press straight up. Sink your hips down, just take it where you can. And then press your hips high. One more time, let your hips sink down. And then press back up one more time, hold here, and see about lifting that left foot up off the floor if you can take it there. Take an inhale. Exhale, turn to center. Right hand down, left foot between your hands, low lunge. And then bring the right knee to the floor, flatten the right foot behind you. Now stack the hips over your right knee and take that setup for the half split, belly to your left thigh. Find that contact and slide the left foot forward. Now you don't have to take it to your deepest half split. You want some space to move, keep in mind. Belly to your thigh. Dig into the left heel, point the toes up. Now with your belly on your thigh, look forward and reach the arm straight back. We'll go back and forth from here to Anjaneyasana. So lift this up, set the left foot flat, gaze up high as your hips sink down and forward. And then pull back, belly to your thigh, and look forward. Bring it up again, set the left foot flat, let your hips sink down as you're reaching up. Pull back in, belly to left thigh, woo, hold your balance best you can. Lift this up again, bend the left knee, set your left foot down, look up toward the ceiling. Pull back, belly to left thigh. Feel that stretch in the back of the left leg. And then lift up. Set the left foot flat. Sink your hips down deeper. Pull back one more time. Belly to your thigh. Reach behind. Now lift up one last time. Deep bend left knee. Left foot flat. Reach up and back. Keep your gaze toward the ceiling. Keep your right foot pressing down. And keep the front of the right side long. To take it further, move toward a side bend. Left hand reaches down at your side, straight toward the floor. Reach your right arm across and over to the left. Look down the length of your left arm. If you want to take it further, you can tuck the toes to the right foot and just hover that knee up off the floor. Keep the right hip pulling forward. Keep the front of the right side long. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, both hands down around the left foot. Now set up your low lunge. Tuck the toes to the right foot. Lift the right knee. Be sure your feet on 2 separate tracks. Hips width distance side to side. Once you're ready, hands to your hips. And just bring yourself all the way to upright. Right hip forward, left hip back, left knee bent, right leg towards straight. When you're ready, reach your arms up high. Take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, just take a vertical twist. Left arm back, right arm forward, open up to the right. Inhale to center, reaches up high. Exhale, twist again, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale to center, arms up high. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward again. Inhale to center, reaches up high. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward. One more time, keep your torso upright. Look back toward your left hand and keep breathing. With your next inhale, time to center, reach up. And then bring your hands to your low back. Now find the grip that feels strange. Interlace the fingers. Pull the palms together. Keep your shoulders pulled back. Keep your chest open. And then when you're ready, bring the weight forward to your left foot. And come to standing with your right knee high. Dig into the left big toe. Slow your breathing down. Be sure you're balanced. And we'll take it back and forth from here, hinging. Keep a little bend in your left knee. And then hinge from the left hip. Right leg extend straight back. Bring your torso forward. Gaze forward. Keep your shoulders pulled back. And then back up the vertical with your right knee high. Again, hinge the left hip. Bring your lifted body into line. You don't have to go deep, but keep everything engaged and keep your hips squared. Back up the vertical with your right knee high. One more time, hinge from left hip. Right leg back, gaze forward, keep your shoulders pulled back. And then back up the vertical with the right knee lifted. And then once you're upright, just switch feet. Bring the right foot down. That's your base. Come to standing with your left knee high. Now keep the right big toe grounded. When you're ready, hands to your hips. And then reach back with your left hand. Bring the left knee in line with the right. And take hold of the inside edge of your left foot. Once you've got that grip, kick in your hand. Bring the knees in line. Keep your gaze forward. And then reach your right arm high. Now take it further. Kick into that left hand, but lean forward against the tension of the kick. Let the left knee lift as your torso comes forward. Just take this to where you can control. And keep breathing here. Keep looking forward rather than down. Now from wherever you are, take an inhale. And with the exhale, release this. Both hands down, both feet down, forward fold. Now from that fold, take an inhale, lift it up halfway. And with the exhale, set your hands, let's take it back to crow. Palms down, hands at shoulder width, grip the floor, but lift your heels. And bring the knees outside your arms. Again, we're going to flatten this out. Now look forward and lean, take it slow. When your feet lift, bring them up together, touch the toes, and keep your legs squeezing in. Now into those push-ups, there's going to be 3. Pull the elbows back, let your shoulders and your head sink down a little bit or a lot, and then come back up. And again, just take it back and forth and work with whatever range you can control. Keep that tension on the inner thighs. And once you've done 3, go ahead and take it through another vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, just move around. All right, let's take it into the next sequence. So from your downward facing dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And just take your 3-legged dog. Now hold the shape and keep your right leg straight. Reach for the right big toe. Tense up the thigh, lock the knee. Keep the hip lowered so it's in line with the left and feel that lift in the glutes. Right leg stays straight but pulse the heel up higher. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On one hold, take an inhale. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, twist, knee to left elbow. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, knee to left elbow, hold here. And then fall in triangle, right leg out to the left. Set your left heel down, reach your left arm high, keep your hips lifted, gaze up high. This is good enough. To go further, half bind, left arm behind your back, palm facing shoulder pulled back. Right arm stays straight, but sink your hips down low. And then press your hips up high. Again, let your hips sink down. And then press straight up. One more time, sink into the hips. One more time, lift, keep that left shoulder pulled back and see about lifting up the right foot. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, turn to center, both hands down, right foot between your hands, low lunge. And then from your low lunge, we're going to take warrior 2. So with the inhale, drop your left heel, lift your torso, win with the arms, and open out to the left side. Now deep under the right knee, left leg straight, one line from the front heel to the back arch. You can always slide that right foot further forward. Now keep your chest open to the left, bring your gaze to the left side of the mat. And then reach the arms up high with the palms facing. We're going to go back and forth like this with the arms moving like tall grass. Hips stay low, but with an inhale, reverse. Reach back, lean back, gaze up high. With the exhale, extend this forward and keep looking up. Inhale, reverses. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend forward one more time. Stay here. Left handy, left hip, bend the right elbow. And bring the right arm down inside the right thigh. Now keep the arm and leg pressing into each other. Draw your left shoulder back, gaze up high. This is good enough here. If you can go further, reach your left arm straight up. But then pull the left shoulder back to try to open your chest toward the ceiling. Keep breathing. If you can take it even deeper, maybe straighten your right leg, but keep that tension between the arm and leg and keep breathing here. With your next inhale, bring yourself upright, hands to your hips. Heels in, toes out, bend your knees, and bring yourself into a horse stance. So thighs toward parallel with the floor, hips toward the level knees, just move around. And then bring yourself into center with your spine toward upright. Now bring your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders pulled back, keep your chest open. Now we'll take it back and forth from here, moving up and down. So straighten your legs, draw the shoulders back, gaze up high, open up your chest. And then look forward, bend the knees, sink back down into horse. Again, straighten the legs, pull your shoulders back, gaze high, keep your elbows wide. And then look forward, bend the knees and sink straight down. One more time, lift your hips, pull the shoulders back, gaze high, hold here, keep your glutes squeezing, keep the shoulder blades pulling toward each other, keep breathing. And then bring your gaze forward, bend the knees, sink back down into horse. Now, once you come back down, reach the arms out wide. We're going to keep the hips at this level as we move the upper body. So keep your horse stance, keep your knees wide. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, hands come into center. Reach forward, round this down like you're diving into the floor. With an inhale, lift up, arms out wide. Exhale, hands together, curl this down toward the floor again. Inhale, lift up, arms reach out wide. Exhale, hands to center, curl down, dive toward the floor. One more time, inhale, upright, arms out wide. And then curl this down, round your spine and reach toward the floor. With your next inhale, just come back up, arms wide, and then bring your hands to your hips. Now look at your left foot, turn it parallel to the short side of the mat. All the way comes to your left foot. Bring yourself up to standing with your right knee high. And just take a moment to breathe here, dig into that left big toe. Once you're stable, right hand to the right knee, pull it out to the side, just keep the hip open, you can stay here. If you want to go further, left arm reaches down at your side about 45 degrees. Now to go further still, look down the length of your left arm. And maybe start to lean left and lift your right knee. And this is plenty right here. If you're going to go further, right hand side the right leg, find the big toe. You can pull the knee up higher as you're leaning. Maybe extend the leg further, but you're still leaning. Now we're still balancing here. Take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly just bring your torso upright, hands to your hips, right knee out to the side. And step the right foot to the front of the mat. Lift your left heel, square the hips to the front. And then all the way comes to your right foot, come to standing with your left knee high. Now press into the right big toe. Once you got your balance, take an eagle bind with your legs. Cross the left leg tightly over the right. Now squeeze your legs together, sink your hips down. And then to go further, left arm in a half bind. Bring that hand behind your back, palm facing, pull the shoulder back. Reach your right arm high. Now take it slow. Right arm goes across your body. Bring it to the outside of your left thigh. Work this as a twist. Now pull the left shoulder back. Keep your gaze forward. You don't have to take it too far. But if you want to go deeper, slide that right arm further down. Keep lifting your left shoulder and keep looking forward. Keep your legs squeezing. Now with your next inhale, straighten your right leg, lift your left knee, hands to your hips. And then with the exhale, both feet down, both hands down, come into your fold. From your forward fold, take an inhale, lift it up halfway. And with the exhale, set your hands, take it back to curl, palms down, grip the floor. Lift your heels and bring the knees outside your arms. Now look forward and lean, go slow, squeeze the legs in. And then lean forward, let the feet lift, big toes to touch. Now keep that tension with the inner thighs pulling in. And then back to the push-ups, pull the elbows back. Maybe sink down a little bit, maybe a lot. And bring it back up, but take it back and forth like this 3 times, again, to where you can control. And after you've done the 3rd time, take it through another vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, paddle out and breathe. Take it on the other side. With your next inhale, raise your left leg high behind you. Find that 3-legged dog. Now just hold the shape. Straighten your left leg. Reach to the big toe. Tense up the thigh. Lock the knee. And make sure the hips are squared. Feel this in the glutes on your left side. Now keep that engagement. Keep your legs straight as you pulse through the heel. On my count, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale. Exhale, forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, twist, knee to right elbow. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to right elbow, hold here. Fall in triangle, left leg extends out to the right. Drop your right heel. Reach your right arm high. Keep your hips lifted, gaze up high, hold here. And if you want to go further, right arm behind your back, half bind, palm face, we keep the shoulder pulled back. Keep your left arm straight, but sink your hips down. And then press straight up. Let your hips sink down. And press back up. Sink the hips low. Press up one more time, hold here, and maybe lift that left foot up off the floor. Take an inhale. Exhale, turn to center. Right hand down, left foot between your hands, back to low lunge. And then from your low lunge to warrior two on this side. With an inhale, drop the right heel, lift your torso, wimble the arms. Open up to the right. And take a moment to set this up. Deep in the left knee, right leg straight. Again, one line from the front heel to the back arch. Let your hips sink down low. And keep your spine upright. Reach equally front to back. Now bring your gaze to the right side of the mat and reach your arms up high, palms facing in. Keep the arms long like this, moving like tall grass. So your hips stay low, but with an inhale, reach back, lean back, gaze up high. Exhale, extend it forward and keep looking up. Inhale, reverse this again. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend forward one more time. Hold here. Right hand to the right hip, bend the left elbow, and bring the left arm inside the left leg. Press the arm to the leg to pull the right shoulder back and look up. Stay open to the side like this. Now, if you want to go further, reach your right arm straight up, but pull that right shoulder back to try to twist your chest open toward the ceiling. And if you want to go even deeper, you can straighten your left leg, still pressing that left arm to the inner thigh. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bring yourself upright, hands to your hips. Turn the heels and toes out, find your horse stance again. Bend the knees, bring the hips down low, thighs toward parallel with the floor. And then settle in here with your spine toward upright. Bring the hands behind your head, interlace the fingers, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders pulled back, keep your chest open. And then up and down from here, straighten your legs. Pull the shoulders back, gaze up high, open your chest. And then look forward, bend the knees and sink down low. Again, straighten your legs, shoulders back, gaze up high, open up, look forward, bend the knees and sink your hips back down. One more time, straighten your legs, shoulders back, chest open, gaze high, hold here. And then slowly, just bring your gaze forward, sink back down into horse. Now keep your hips low, keep your knees wide, reach the arms out wide. Now hold on to the horse stance as you only move from the upper body. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, hands forward. Now curl your arms down, round down like you're diving to the floor. Inhale, lift up, reach the arms out wide. Exhale, hands together, curl this down toward the floor. Inhale, come back up, arms out wide. Exhale, hands to center, curl this all the way down, round your spine. One more time, lift back up, take an inhale, arms out wide. Exhale, hands together, round this down toward the floor. Now with your next inhale, come back up, arms wide, and then just bring your hands to your hips. Look at the right foot, turn it parallel to the short side of the mat. All the way comes to the right foot, bring yourself up to standing with your left knee high, just take it slow. Now once you're up, slow your breathing down, dig down into that right big toe. And then when you're ready, left hand to left knee, pull the knee out to the side, and just keep your toes pointing down, keep that hip open. You can stay right here. If you want to go further, right arm reaches down at your side about 45 degrees. Maybe look down the length of the right arm. Maybe start to lean right and lift your left knee. Now, if you want to take it further, you can reach inside the left leg, maybe find the big toe. You can use the grip to pull the knee up higher, or extend the leg, but you're still leaning. Just keep your balance and keep breathing here. Now, still balancing, slowly just bring your spine upright. Hands to your hips, left knee out to the side. Now go step your left foot to the front of the mat. Lift your right heel, square your hips forward. When you're ready, bring yourself to standing with your right knee high. Now press into the left big toe. Once you got your balance, bring your legs to an eagle bind. Right leg crosses tightly over the left. Now squeeze your legs together, sink your hips down, and you always touch that right foot to the floor. And then when you're ready, take a half bind, right arm behind your back, palm face away, pull that shoulder back. And then reach your left arm high. Now take a twist, go slow. Left arm reaches across your body. Press it to the outside of the right thigh. Keep the right shoulder pulled back. Keep looking forward. Good enough here. If you want to go deeper, slide that left arm further down. Keep the right shoulder high and keep looking forward. Keep your legs squeezing and just take it the way you can. Now slowly, with an inhale, straighten your left leg, lift your right knee, bring your hands to your hips. And then just fold it down. Both feet to the floor, both hands down. From your fold, when you're ready, take an inhale, lift it up halfway. And with the exhale, set your hands. We'll take it into crow one more time. Now flatten your palms, dig your fingertips down, lift your heels. Knees outside the arms, and let's flatten it out. Look forward, lean, keep that grip. And as the feet lift, touch the toes together, keep your legs squeezing in. And then into the push-ups. Pull the elbows back, let your shoulders sink down a little bit or a lot. And then bring it back up. And again, just take it back and forth to where you can 3 times. And after that 3rd time, go ahead and move to your last vinyasa. Once you find it down dog, paddle out. From down dog, let's take half pigeon. Inhale the right leg high behind you. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now go ahead, bring your left knee down, flatten your left foot behind you. And as you come down, pull the left hip forward, keep it in line with the right and keep your hips squared. Sink your weight straight down. Look for some of that stretch on the right side, outer right hip toward the glutes. Now there's a couple ways to do this, and you can stay upright, you can go toward one of the back bends, you can melt down if you just want to chill out. And if you want to stay upright, I'm going to cue this into 2 different ways of binding the left foot. So if you're interested, slide your left hand over to the right, and then pull the right hand back, look back over your right shoulder, keep the left hip pulling forward. Now as you hold this, see about reaching for that left foot. So bend your left knee, reach back with the right hand. If you find the foot, then go ahead, pull the heel toward your seat, and try to pull that shoulder forward. Still let the left hip sink down and keep your hips squared. Just breathe into this. And so you're putting a little bit more of that stretch into the hip flexor on the left side and not just in the outer right hip. And it may not take much to get there. If you're tight and can't quite get the grip, don't sweat it. Just take it to where you can. Keep your hips squared. All right, now slowly we're going to release and bind the other way. So let go of that left foot, straighten out your left leg. Bring both hands forward and just square things up. And let's go to the other side. Now this time your right hand slides over the left, pull your left hand back. And then again, bend your left knee, but this time reach back and find the left foot with your left hand. Now if you have that grip, pull the heel in toward your seat, and this isn't the pretty version of the pose, just go for the deeper stretch. So work it where you can. Keep that left hip pulling forward, keep the left shoulder pulling forward, and sink your hips down toward the floor. Still keep breathing here. And maybe you can kick down with that right foot. All right, now from wherever you are, come back onto both hands just in front of that right shin. And just go slow. When you're ready, tuck the toes of your left foot. Release your right leg. Go ahead, shake it out. And then once your right foot's down, let's take it to the other side. With an inhale, raise your left leg high when you're ready. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Now go ahead, bring your right knee down, flatten your right foot behind you. Pull the right hip forward. Keep your hips squared and let the hips sink straight down. And look for at least some of that stretch on the left side, outer hip toward the glutes. Now again, you can take whatever version you like. You can just rest if you like. And if you want to work that bind, bring the right hand over to your left side and pull your left hand back. Now look over your left shoulder, bend the right knee, and then reach with your left hand to find the right foot. Now if you have that grip, pull the heel in close, draw your shoulder forward, keep your hips squared, keep the left foot pressing down into the floor. Just breathe with this. All right, let's take the bind the other way. Go ahead, release the right foot, bring it back to the floor. Both hands to the front to square up your hips for a moment. And once you're ready to take it to the other side, slide the left hand right, pull the right hand back. Look back over your right shoulder. Now go ahead, bend the right knee, reach back with the right hand this time and find the foot. Once you've got that grip, draw the heel toward your seat, pull your shoulder forward, but still let your hips sink down. And just keep breathing here. Maybe press that left foot further into the floor. All right, go ahead, release any grip that you have. And come back up onto both hands in front of that left shin. When you're ready, tuck the toes of the right foot. Release your left leg and just shake it out. Now, once you bring your left foot down, come down to hands and knees. And this is where we're going to take it to Peacock. So from here, we're going to take that first setup that we took at the beginning with the wrist stretch. So bring your knees out wide, widen your hips, point the big toes toward each other, maybe they touch. And walk your hands in close. Now you're going to set your hands down again on the line that you draw between your knees. And what you do with this here, you're going to have to modify. It's up to you. You're going to rotate your fingers to the side at least 9 degrees right and left. If you can take it further, the wrist stretch is part of the pose. Maybe point the fingertips toward your feet if you can take it to that point. Now, when you set the hands down, maybe they're going to be close or maybe they're further apart, but you have to be able to bring your elbows toward each other underneath you so you can set your ribs on your arms. So go ahead and set this up. Bring the hands down. And then bring your chest forward between the upper arms and bend the elbows in. So the elbows are squeezing toward each other, pressing toward your rib cage or the muscles of your core. And keep your chest pulling forward. Keep looking forward. Now as you hold this, slide the knees further out to the sides. Let your body sink down. Take more weight to the hands. And this is all about the forward lean here. Look forward, shoulders forward. Go slow, keep the grip. And as you lean forward, your legs will get light and the knees lift. Just take it nice and slow. It's enough to do it with bent knees. Now, if you can take it further, maybe extend your legs to the sides. That's a straddle. Maybe bring the legs together, and you still have to keep leaning forward. Just take it to where you can here. Hold as much tension as you can through the arms. You're trying to hold a back bend in the upper back as you move toward balance, and keep in mind. Now, you're welcome to repeat that if you need to, and if you want to take this into the second setup, this is a little bit more direct, and this is from plank. Now, for that, just bring yourself into your plank shape. So wrist the shoulders, step your feet back, bring your legs together, and bring your body into line. And then go bring the hands in closer. So slide the hands toward your feet, maybe about 4 inches or so. Now this is where you adjust the hand position. It's not going to be exactly the same as the last setup. But fingers to the sides at least 90 degrees right and left, maybe further back pointing toward your feet. And to set this up with the hands close or further apart, make sure the elbows come in underneath you. Now bring your chest forward between the upper arms, bend the elbows and set yourself down. You're basically resting on the shelf of your arms. And look forward, keep your chest pulling forward. Now if you're going to do this with bent knees, just walk the feet forward and let the knees go wide. Lean forward to lift your feet up off the floor, but keep your gaze forward and hold your balance. If you want to take the straddle, you extend the legs to the sides. Maybe extend with the legs together. And just take it to where you can here. Chest pulling forward the whole time. All right, when you're ready, just go ahead and release, bring it down. You're welcome to work this further if you like. And if you want to release everything, bring yourself to all fours and we'll take this into Gomukhasana. Now from here, just bring your right knee forward to the center of the mat. Right foot goes over the left. Cross your legs together tight and bring your left knee behind the right. Feet wide, legs squeezing. Come down to sitting between your heels. And then as you sink down, bring both sit bones down to the floor. Now keep your feet pressing down into the mat. Sit this up tall. And then to take half the bind, the arm bind, bring the right arm across your low back, palm facing away. With your left hand, reach back. Now you can find the wrist, maybe reach for the elbow or anything in between. But draw that right shoulder back, open up your chest and sit this up tall. If you want the full bind, bring the right hand up between the shoulder blades. Left arm comes from above. And find that grip somewhere in between. Now again, shoulders pulled back, keep your spine upright, and keep your legs squeezing, keep your feet pressing down. Just breathe into this here, whatever combination of the stretches that you're in. Take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, just release this. Both hands down behind it. Lean back, untangle the legs. And just cross at the ankles, roll forward your hands, come back to all fours. And let's set it up to the other side. So when you're ready, just bring your left knee forward to center. Left foot over to the right. Right knee squeezes tight behind the left with the feet wide. As your legs are squeezing, again, come down to sitting between your heels. And just take a moment, get both sit bones down. Sit this up tall. Now to take the arm bind from below, left arm crosses your low back, palm facing. With your right hand, reach back. You can find the wrist, the elbow, anything in between. But keep your shoulders pulled back. Sit this up tall. If you're going to take the full bind, left hand up between the shoulder blades, right arm from above. And then find that grip somewhere between. Shoulders pulled back. Keep your spine upright. Keep the gaze forward. And keep your feet pressing into the floor. Keep your legs squeezing. Just breathe here. Take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, just release your arm behind your head. Hands down behind you, lean back, untangle the legs. And this time, come all the way down to your back. So once you're down, pull your knees into your chest and just squeeze everything in. And let's take it to a supine twist. Release your left leg extended fully. Left hand to the right knee, right arm out to your side. Now go ahead, pull the right knee across your body, tuck your left hip underneath, keep both shoulders down, and look over to the right. Now find that stretch in the outer right hip toward your low back. If you need more, you can press with your left hand. If you want to take it further, you can extend that right leg to the side. If you want to go deeper, you can bind both legs. You can bend your left knee, reach down with the right hand. If you find that grip, kick into your hand, and however far you take the twist, just keep both shoulders grounded. Take a deep inhale. With the exhale, just release this. Come back to center, draw both knees in. And then once you're ready, take it on the other side. Right leg extends straight. Right hand to your left knee, left arm to the side. Draw the left knee across your body, tuck your right hip underneath. And bring your gaze left. Keep both shoulders down. Find the stretch in the outer left hip toward your low back on this side. Now again, you can take it further if you like. Maybe press with the right hand. Maybe extend the left leg. If you want to bind both legs, bend the right knee, reach with your left hand. Kick in your hand if you find the foot, but again, keep both shoulders down. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. Draw both knees into your chest side by side. And let's take happy baby. Reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees and draw down on both sides. Now pull the knees down toward the floor outside your ribs and press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. And just keep the tension working up and down. Flatten your spine. If you can take it further, you can rock this a little bit side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally from here, take a deep inhale, draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release, extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here. Let your body settle down into the mat. And then let yourself move again here bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And then draw back in, bring the elbows toward your chest. Pull your knees up as well. And just find your way up to a comfortable seat. Ground yourself into the mat here, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. Take a deep inhale. Hold on to it at the top. And then just let everything go. Thank you for joining class. Namaste.